Loud and clear ang boses po ni trainer. Loud and clear po ba ang boses ni trainer? Alright, so loud and clear din naman. Now, para po sa mga hindi pa nakapag-fill out ng kanilang attendance, kindly fill out your attendance form na sinend ko rin naman na po sa atin pong chat box. Sa mga wala pa po sa atin pong MS Team GC, pasok na po kayo sa atin din naman pong MS Teams para po maging updated po kayo sa magiging updates po natin for this week. At para po sa mga hindi po nakapag-attend ng ating klase kahapon, uploaded na po sa atin din naman pong class recording link si day 6, 7, 8. Pwede nyo na po itong ma-access, ma-download at mapanood kapag may free time po tayo. Alright? Now everyone, welcome back po sa ating lahat. Dito din naman po sa ating English Language Proficiency Training, Week 2, Day 8, ay Day 9. Day 9, ako nga po pala ulit si Trainer AJ na makakasama nyo naman po for today. Kahapon, napag-usapan po natin si parts of speech. For today, we are going to talk about subject-verb agreement din naman. Pero bago yan, kindly turn off your microphones to avoid noise and distractions po sa atin pong mga participants. If you have any concerns, questions, or clarifications, you can message me din naman sa atin pong chat box. Okay? Now, for the objectives for today is to review rule subject verb agreement and to be able to apply the different subject verb agreement rules. Now, everyone, dito din naman, natatandaan niyo pa po ba kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng subject verb agreement? Pag sinasabi po natin everyone na subject verb agreement, ano po ang nalalaman ninyo patungkol kay subject verb agreement? 1 to 2 minutes to type your answers. Go po! In 3, 2, 1, ayan. So let's read your answers. Sabi ni Maria Teresa, sentence must agree in number. Josephine, subject and verb must match in number. Maribeth, subject-verb agreement is simple. Rule, a singular subject needs a singular verb and a plural subject needs a plural verb. Mark, the number and person of the verb must match with the number and person of the subject. Chona, grammatical rule that subject and verb in sentence must match in number. Sarah, singular subjects take singular verbs, and plural S takes plural verbs. Plural subject takes plural verbs. Cite the subject and verb matches with numbers. Freed subject-verb agreement is grammatical rule that states the verb must match the subject in number, singular, or plural. Okay. So, good job din naman po sa mga nag-send ng kanilang sagot. Alright. So, para po mas maintindihan natin kung ano po ba talaga ang ibig sabihin ng subject-verb agreement, first is you need to identify your subject. Okay? Kapag ang subject natin is singular, ano yung mga singular subject? He, she, it. Or name. Specific name. Ang verb po natin dito ay may S or ES. Ano yung mga verb na may S or ES? Goes, walks, plays, buys, cooks, eats, and so on. At ang linking verb na ginagamit po natin dito is, am, has, was. Kapag naman ang ating subject ay plural, ano yung mga subject na plural? Anything or anyone na more than one. Basta more than one ang ating subject, ito po ay plural subject. Ano yung mga subject? Ano yung mga plural subject? We, they, them, many, few, and so on. Ang verb natin dito ay base verb. Ano yung mga base verb natin? Go, walk, play, buy, cook, eat. Ibig sabihin, wala itong S, wala po itong ES. Alright? Now, ang linking verb na ginagamit naman po natin para kay plural subject are, were, have. Now, meron din naman po tayo ditong tinatawag na special case. Ano yung special case natin? Yung si I at si you. Si I, ang tinutukoy nito ay singular subject. Pero ang verb na ginagamit natin sa kanya is either singular or plural verb. Like for example, I am, I have, I was, I were. Like for example, if I were you. Ganon. Now, pwede ba natin sabihin I is? Yes or no? Pwede ba natin sabihin I is going to school? No. Pwede ba natin sabihin I has headache? Yes or no? No. 'Di ba? Pwede ba natin sabihin uh, I walks to school? Yes or no? No. 'Di ba? So, yan din naman yung ating letter. Yun yung ating subject I. Ang subject I, singular subject ang tinutukoy niya kasi sarili natin, ikaw mismo, 'di ba? Pero ang verb nito, pwedeng pang singular, pwedeng pang plural. Alright? Next is you. Si you, ang tinutukoy nito, either singular subject or plural subject. Like for example, both of you, get out. 'Di ba? Plural subject yon. Pero ang verb na ginagamit kay you ay pang plural verb lang. For example, you are, you were, you have. Pwede ba natin sabihin, you is, you is making a mess? Yes or no? No. Pwede ba nating sabihin, you has something inside your bag? No. Pwede ba natin sabihin, you was? No. 'Di ba? So, hindi din naman po pwede. Alright? So, yan din naman ang ating special case. So, again, kapag ang ating subject ay singular, like for example, he, she, it, or specific name, ang verb natin dito ay may s or es, like goes, walks, plays, buys, cooks, and eats. Ang linking verb na ginagamit natin dito ay is, am, has, was. Sa subject naman natin, kapag plural, ibig sabihin ng plural, more than one ang ating subject. Like for example, we, they, them, many, few. Ang verb natin dito ay base verb. Go, walk, play, buy, cook, eat. Walang S, walang ES. Ang linking verb na ginagamit natin dito ay are, were, have. Ang special case natin, si I at si you, ay tumutukoy ito sa singular subject, pero ang verb na ginagamit natin dito is either singular or plural verb. For example, I am going to school. I have, I was, I were. Kay you, either singular or plural subject ang tinutukoy, pero ang verb na fina-follow nito is plural verb. You are, you were, you have. So, dyan din naman po iikot ang atin pong topic for today. Now, let's proceed din naman po sa iba't ibang rules ng ating subject-verb agreement. Sa rule number 1 natin, the subject and verb must agree in number. For example, Dennis drives carefully along the highway. Sino ang ating subject? Si Dennis. Ilan si Dennis? Iisa. Kapag iisa ang subject, singular yan. Kapag singular ang subject, ang verb natin ay may S or ES, drives. Next, many men today. Many men today drive their own cars. Ang ating main subject ay many men. Many men, more than one, kaya naman ito ay plural subject. Kapag plural subject, ang verb natin dito is base verb, walang S, walang ES, drive. So again, lagi nating tatandaan na kapag singular subject, ang verb natin dito ay may S or ES. Kapag ang ating subject is plural subject, ang verb natin dito ay base, verb, no S, no ES. Next, number 2. Compound subjects take plural verbs. For example, Rose and Lily are best friends. Ilan ang ating subject? Dalawa. Si Rose at si Lindy. Rose and Lindy, dalawa ang ating subject, kaya ito ay plural. Kapag plural ang subject, ang verb natin dito ay are. Next, the doctors and nurses are distributing free medicines. Ang ating subject, the doctors and nurses. Plural, plural. Kaya dapat ang verb natin dito ay are, plural. So, yan din naman si rule number 1 at rule number 2. Next, rule number 3. A compound subject referring to a single person takes the singular verb. So dito, kahit 3, 4, 5, 10 ang ating subject, kung iisa lang din naman, ay, kahit 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 ang ginamit natin na pangtukoy, kung iisa lang din naman ang ating subject, singular po ang ating subject. For example, my confidant and my advisor is my brother. Sino ang ating main subject? Is it the confidant, advisor, or my brother? Sige nga. Sino sa tatlong yan ang ating main subject? Is it the confidant, advisor, or my brother? Alright, ito ay si my brother. Okay? My brother ang ating main subject. Ilan si brother? Iisa. Kaya ito ay singular. Kapag singular ang subject, ang verb natin ay is. Ilan yung ginawang pangtukoy? Dalawa. Confident and my advisor. Okay? So, kahit dalawa, tatlo, apat, sampu yung gawin natin pang tukoy, kung iisa lang din naman ang ating subject, singular po ang ating subject. Another, the secretary and treasurer of our class is a trustworthy classmate. Sino ang ating main subject? Secretary, treasurer, or si trustworthy classmate? Sino ang ating main subject? Secretary, treasurer, or trustworthy classmate? Ito ay si classmate, 'di ba? Si classmate ang ating main subject. Ilan si classmate? Iisa. Kapag singular ang ating subject, ang verb natin dito ay is. Ilan yung ginawang pangtukoy kay classmate? Tatlo. Secretary, treasurer, trustworthy. Tatlo yung ginawa niyang pangtukoy, pero ilan lang ba ang ating subject? Iisa. Ito ay si classmate. Okay? Next, rule number 4, compound subjects modified by each and every are singular. So kapag ginagamit natin si each and every, laging ang kasunod nito ay singular noun. Okay? For example, ganito siya. Each or every plus singular noun. For example, every father and mother carries out the assigned role. So every singular. Father, singular. Mother, singular. Kaya naman, ang verb natin dito ay carries. Carries out the assigned role. Kapag singular ang subject, ang verb natin ay may S or ES. Next, each male and female student wears an ID inside the school. Each, singular. Male, singular. Female, singular. Wears, verb. Okay? So, sino ang ating main subject? Each male and female student. So, ang tinutukoy nito, bawat lalaki at babae or kada lalaki at babae. So, isahan ang tinutukoy nila dito. Okay? Kung tatagalugin, bawat lalaki at babaeng estudyante. Now, for example, makakita tayo ng ganitong sentence. Every boys and girls are attending the event. Tama po ba ang sentence natin, everyone? Yes or no? Every boys and girls are attending the event. Tama po ba ang sentence? Yes or no? Alright, no. 'Di ba? So, no, bakit siya naging mali? So, himay-himayin natin. Every, ito ay singular. Boys, plural yan. Girls, plural yan. Are, plural yan. So, nagja-jive po ba sila? Nag-a-agree po ba sila isa-isa't isa? Yes or no? Nag-a-agree ba sila sa isa't isa? No. Hindi. Okay? Anong pwede natin sabihin dito? Ang tama natin dapat sabihin, every boy and girl is attending the event. Okay? Kapag ginagamit natin si each and every, laging yung kasunod nito is singular noun. Okay? So, himay-himayan din naman po natin. Every, singular. Boy, singular. Girl, singular. Is, singular. So, nagja-jive naman po ba sila sa isa't isa? Yes or no? Nag-agree po ba sila sa isa't isa? Yes or no? So, yes. 'Di ba? Yes. So, yan din naman. Now, paano din naman yung iba pang way ng ayos natin sa sentence na yan? Pwede natin sabihin din naman, all boys and girls, all boys and the girls are attending the event. Okay? All, plural. Boys, plural. Girls, plural. Or plural. So, nagja-jive po ba sila sa isa't isa? Yes or no? Nagja-jive na ba sila? Nag-agree na ba sila sa isa't isa? Yes. So, ganyan din naman. Alright? So, kung gusto natin gawing plural, all boys and girls are attending the event. Or, every boy and girl is attending the event. Ganyan din naman. Okay? Another example. Each politicians and voter is going to the after party. Tama po ba ang sentence natin? Yes or no? Each politicians and voter is going to the after party. Tama po ba ang sentence? Yes or no? Okay, so no. Ano po ang tamang sentence natin dito? Sige nga, 1 minute to type your answer. Ano po yung tamang kompletong sentence natin dito? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's check. Each politician and voter is going to the party or to the after party. Each politician and voter is going to the after party. Okay. So, ang tamang sagot natin dito ay each politician and voter is going to the after party. Okay? So, each singular, politician, singular, voter, singular, is singular. Okay? So, yan din naman. Or, all politicians and voters are going to the after party. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga nakakuha ng part po na ito. Okay, so good job din naman po sa mga nakakuha din naman. Alright, so yan din naman po for rule number 4. Next, let's have rule number 5. The verb agrees with its subject, not with the predicate nominative. Pag sinabi po natin na predicate nominative, tinutukoy lang din naman po nito yung ating main subject. For example, books and magazines are the only material for his report. Ang ating main subject dito ay books and magazines, which is plural. Pag plural ang subject, ang verb natin ay are. The only material for his report, ito yung ating predicate nominative. Tinutukoy niya lang din naman po yung ating main subject. Next, plain shirt and denim pants are his attire for the party. Ang ating main subject, plain shirt and denim pants, which is plural, kaya verb natin dito ay are. His attire for the party, ito yung ating predicate nominative. Tinutukoy niya lang din naman po yung ating pong main subject. Pag sinabing predicate nominative, tinutukoy niya ito si main subject. Rule number 6, when the compound subjects are joined by or, nor, either or, neither nor, the verb agrees with the subject near it. Now, so dito everyone, kapag nakita natin sa sentence, either or, neither nor, ang kukunin po natin na main subject is yung nasa pangalawa. Okay? Ulitin ko, kapag nakita natin si either or, neither nor, ang kukunin po natin na subject is yung nasa pangalawa. Ito ay usually katabi ni verb. Alright? For example, neither the singers nor the composer is benefited by the concert. Sino po ang main subject natin? Is it the singers or the composer? Ito ay si composer, 'di ba? Si composer ang ating main subject which is singular, kaya verb natin dito ay is. Next, either Jim or his friends are volunteering to clean the mess. Sino ang ating main subject? Si Jim or his friends? Alright, ito ay his friends. His friends ang ating main subject which is plural. Kaya ang verb natin dito ay are. So, ganun din naman. Again, kapag either or, neither nor, wag natin kakalimutan na yung nasa pangalawang subject yung ating kukunin na main subject. Next, rule number 7. When regarded as a unit, a collective noun is singular. So, kahapon, napag-usapan po natin si collective noun. Dito, for example, the committee stands firm to impose its decision. Ang ating main subject is the committee, which is singular. Kaya verb natin dito, stands. Next, the jury holds its verdict in abeyance. The jury, ang ating main subject, which is singular. Kaya verb natin dito, holds. Next, rule number 8. When regarded as individuals, a collective noun is plural. For example, the audience are clapping their hands after each member. Subject, audience, which is plural. Kaya verb natin ay are. Next, the crowd are agitating over a dispute among themselves. The crowd ang ating main subject, which is plural. Kaya ang verb natin dito ay are. Now, question, ano po sa palagay ninyo ang pinagkaiba ni rule number 7 at ni rule number 8? Papaano sila nagkaiba? Parehas din naman po sila na collective noun. Ano po yung na-observe ninyo na pagkakaiba ni rule number 7 at ni rule number 8? 1 minute to type your answers. Go po! Alright, so sabi ni Leslie, singular if it is referring to unit, plural if it is referring to individuals. Fritz, singular ginagamit for 7, while plural sa 8. Sarah, committee is small and audience to large. Okay. Rosalie, singular plural. Alright. Maribeth, singular plural. Plural. Aha. Ayan. So, okay. So, yes. Tama din naman po yung sinabi din naman ni Leslie. 'Di ba? So, dito kasi, pag sinabi natin recorded as a unit, if they act as a single unit, meron silang iisang desisyon. 'Di ba? Meron silang iisang mindset. Meron silang iisang plan. Meron silang isang work. So, parang desisyon ng isa, desisyon ng lahat. Ganon, when regarded as a unit. So, the committee, the jury, meron silang iisang desisyon, isang mindset, isang plano, isang action. While C, rule number 8, when regarded as individuals, a collective noun is plural. Now, ano naman kaya yung ginagawa ni audience para siya ay maging plural? The audience are clapping their hands after each member. Next, the crowd are agitating over a dispute among themselves. So dito, meron silang kanya-kanyang action. Meron silang kanya-kanyang mindset. Meron silang kanya-kanyang desisyon. And when regarded as individuals, collective noun is plural. Okay? So yan din naman po si rule number 8. Anong ginagawa ni audience para maging plural? Clapping their hands after each member. The crowd are agitating over a dispute among themselves. May isa ba silang action? Wala. So yan din naman po ang pinagkaiba nila. When regarded as a single unit, they have one action. Kapag regarded as individuals, they have different actions, different mindset. Now, let's proceed to rule number 9. When preceded by the article a, the subject number is plural. For example, a number of poor children are afflicted by the epidemic. Ano ang keyword natin dito? Ang keyword natin dito ay children, which is plural. Kaya verb natin dito ay are. Next, a number of people have passed through the acid test of life. Anong keyword natin? People, which is plural. Kaya verb natin, have. Now, ano naman yung sinasabi dito na when preceded by the article a, the subject number is plural? Ganito siya. Kapag ang ating subject ay walang measurement, walang data, walang research, walang basis, ang tawag natin sa mga subject na ito ay plural subject. Uulitin ko. Kapag ang ating subject ay walang measurement, walang data, walang basis, walang research, ang ating subject po is plural. Kung titignan natin sa sentence number 2, a number of people have passed through the acid tests of life. So, para po itong isang idiomatic expression, figurative speech. May research ba ito? Wala. May basis, may measurement? Wala. So, ganyan po siya. Kapag ginagamit natin yung salitang a number of, automatic plural ang ating subject. Now, kapag naman ginagamit natin si the number of, or the number of, when preceded by the article the subject number is singular. Pag ginagamit natin si the number of, for example, the number of absentees from the English class is reduced. Ano ang ating main subject? The number of absentees from the English class. Ito ang ating subject. Ano ang ating verb? Is. Next, The number of enrollees generally decreases during the second semester. Ano ang ating subject? The number of enrollees, which is singular. Kaya verb natin dito, decreases. Now, trainer, bakit ang haba ng subject na yan? Well, ganito po siya. Kapag naman ang ating subject is my basis, my measurement, my data, ang ating subject ay singular. Okay? Again, kapag ang ating subject ay may basis, may measurement, may data, ang ating subject ay singular. Kung iintindihin natin na maigi, for example, the number of enrollees generally decreases during the second semester. Papaano natin malalaman na nag-decrease yung enrollees noong second semester? Ibig sabihin, meron tayong measurement. Meron tayong basehan. Meron tayong basis. Yan din naman po si rule number 9 at rule number 10. Next, let's have rule number 11. The verb agrees with the affirmative, not with the negative subject. For example, the father, not the mother, decides on the welfare of the family. The father is the affirmative, not the mother. Hindi natin kinikonsidered na main subject or parte ng subject si negative subject. So, cancel out natin yan. Cancel. So, ang ating main subject lang po dito is the father, which is singular. Kaya ang verb natin dito, decides. Next, you, not I, are accountable for the loss of the book. You, ang ating subject, which is plural. Not I, hindi ito kasali. Cancel natin. Are, ang ating verb for plural subject. So, yan din naman. Again, pag rule number 11, hindi natin kinukuha as main subject ang ating negative subject. Kaya, i-cancel out natin yan. Ang kinukuha lamang po natin na main subject is yung affirmative po natin. Rule number 12, singular indefinite pronouns like someone, anyone, each, neither, either take the singular verb. So dito, wala silang ginagamit or ini-specify na main subject, pero ang ginagamit po nila na subject dito is someone, anyone, each, neither, either. Lahat ng ito ay singular subject. Pag nakita natin si someone, anyone, each, neither, either, singular subject. For example, someone is by your side to support you at the confrontation. Someone, singular, kaya verb natin ay is. Next, anyone is welcome to give his suggestions. Anyone, singular, kaya verb natin dito ay is. So yan din naman si rule number 11 and rule number 12. Next, rule number 13. Indefinite pronouns such as all, both, several, few, many take the plural verb. So again, pag ito ay more than one, all, both, several, few, many, automatic, lahat ng yan ay plural. For example, many have been invited to my party. Many, plural subject, kaya verb natin, have. Few have come and attended, however. Few, plural subject, kaya verb natin dito ay have. Next, 14, nouns, plural in form but singular in meaning, take the singular verb. So dito, yung sinabi ko kanina, yung mga names. Okay? Mga pangalan. Pangalan man ito ng banda, title ng movie, or title ng libro, lahat ng yan ay kino-consider natin na pangalan. Basta specific name, ito ay singular subject. For example, statistics. Statistics provides the numerical data in question. Singular subject, kaya verb natin ay provides. Politics is always associated with the pulling of string. Politics, singular subject, kaya verb natin dito is is. Pag ito ay noun, pangalan, ito ay singular subject. Now, question. Alin po sa limang yan ang plural subject? Mathematics, news, datum, physics, or economics? Alin sa mga ito ang plural subject? In three, two, one. Ayan. So, news, economics, datum, news, datum. Majority ng sagot, datum. Alright. So, actually, ang tamang sagot ay wala. Okay? Lahat ng ito ay singular subject. Lahat ng ito ay nouns. Mathematics, news. Ano ba pangalan ng balita? Anong English ng balita? News. 'Di ba? Physics, economics. Now, ano tong si datum? Si datum ang singular form ng data. Ang data ay isang plural subject. Alright? So, lagi nating tatandaan na ang news, mathematics, datum, physics, economics, lahat ng yan as noun, which is singular subject. Alright. So, yan din naman po si rule number 13 at rule number 14. Next, rule number 15, scissors, refreshments, clothes, pliers, etc. are always plural. Ano ba yung mga singular form ng mga ito? Scissors, scissor. Refreshments, refreshment. Clothes, cloth. Pliers, plier. Yan yung mga singular form ng mga yan. 'Di ba? Pag tinanggal natin, nagiging plural form. For example, refreshments are now served at the canteen. Refreshments, plural, kaya verb natin are. The scissors are very sharp. The scissors, plural, kaya verb natin ay are. Next, rule number 16, an amount of money, space of time, or unit of measurement, even in plural form, take the singular verb. So, lagi po natin tatandaan na kapag ito ay tumutukoy sa measurement, sa time, sa price, lahat ng ito ay singular subject. For example, 3 meters of cloth makes a dress of my size. 3 meters of cloth, we have the exact measurement, kaya ito ay singular. At ang ating verb dito ay makes. 12 hours is a long time. 12 hours, tumutukoy ito sa time, kaya ito ay singular, kaya verb natin dito ay is. So again, kapag ang tinutukoy, measurement, oras, price, ang ating subject is singular subject. Now, let's proceed sa ating rule number 17. Fractions are singular or plural depending upon the of phrase. For example, one half of the class misses out on the first period. So dito, ang ating keyword ay the class, which is singular. Kaya verb natin dito ay misses. Next, one-third of the children are sick. Ano ang ating keyword? The children, which is plural. Kaya ang verb natin dito ay are. So, lagi natin tatandaan na ang keyword natin dito ay laging nasa one half. One half of tapos nandun si keyword. So dito titignan lang din naman po natin basically yung ating main subject. Sino ba yung main subject? The class. Sino ba yung main subject dito? The children. 'Di ba? So ganun lang din naman. Rule number 18, adjectives used as nouns are considered plural. The old need some recognition to feel that they belong. Sino ang tinutukoy na the old? The old people ang tinutukoy. Okay? Sino ang tinutukoy na the old? The old people. Kaya naman ito ay plural. Kaya ang verb natin dito, need. Next, the wicked never succeed. The wicked ang ating main subject, which is plural. Bakit? Sino ang tinutukoy na the wicked? The wicked people. The wicked never succeed. Ang ating verb dito is succeed. Okay, so again, adjectives used as nouns are considered plural. Next, 19, singular verbs are used with mathematical abstraction. So kapag ito ay tumutukoy sa measurement, sa oras, sa mathematical abstraction, sa presyo, lahat ng yan is singular subject. For example, 4 times 8 is 32. 10 plus 3 is 13. Next, 20. The indefinite pronoun none is singular but may occasionally require a plural verb. So, halos parehas niya lang din naman kanina si rule number 17 na kung saan hahanapin natin yung key word. For example, none of the students have done their homework. Ang ating main subject ay the students, which is plural. Kaya verb natin dito, have. None of the kids have the answer. The kids ang ating main subject, which is plural. Kaya verb natin dito ay have. Yan din naman si rule number 19 and 20. Now, let's talk about special cases and exemption. Sa atin pong special cases, meron din naman po tayo dito na kung saan nag-change yung placement ni verb at ni subject. Minsan, si verb yung nauuna at si subject yung sumusunod. For example, the use of there and here. The verb must agree with the subject which comes after there and here. For example, there is a book on the table. Sino ang ating main subject? A book, which is singular. Kaya verb natin ay is. Next, here are the students waiting for their turn. Ang ating main subject ay the students, which is plural. Kaya verb natin dito ay are. Next, titles of works or singular subjects. Again, kapag ito ay pangalan, pangalan ng banda, pangalan ng movie, title ng libro, pangalan ng subject, lahat ng yan is singular subject. For example, the Beatles is a famous band. The Avengers is a popular movie. Alright? So, yan din naman. Next, we have inverted sentences. Kapag inverted sentences, nauuna si verb. So, dito, for example, is the book on the shelf? Sino ang ating main subject? The book. Kaya verb natin dito is. Next, are the books on the shelf? Ang ating main subject? The books, which is plural. Kaya verb natin dito ay are. So, dito again, hahanap-hanapin nyo lang din naman po yung ating subject para ma-identify natin kung si subject ba ay plural, ang verb natin ay magiging plural. Kung ang ating subject is singular, ang ating verb ay magiging singular verb. Next, intervening expressions. Intervening expressions, ito yung mga panggulo sa loob ng sentence. For example, the teacher, along with the students, is going on the trip. Ang ating intervening expression dito ay along with the students. Ang ating main subject dito ay the teacher, kaya verb natin ay is. Next, my parents as well as my brother are attending the event. My parents, ang ating main subject, which is plural, kaya ang verb natin dito ay are. Now, kapag nakakita tayo ng along with the students, as well as, along with, lahat ng yan ay mga intervening expression. So, yan din naman po for intervening and inverted sentences. Now, let's proceed din naman po sa ating activity. For your activity din naman po, dito sa ating subject-verb agreement activity, pipiliin nyo lamang yung tamang verb sa loob ng ating parenthesis. I'll be giving you 2 minutes to type your answers. Answer only. 2 minutes starts now na po. Go po! In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answer. Disagrees is Sims has needs. Disagree is Sim have needs. Disagree is Sims have need. Okay. So let's check your answer then naman. For number 1, many of my friends disagree with me on this topic. Many of my friends. Many ang ating main subject, or many of my friends ang ating main subject, which is plural. And again, kapag plural lang ang ating subject, ang verb natin dito ay base verb. Anong ibig sabihin ng base verb? Walang S, walang ES. Alright? Wag nating kakalimutan yan. Kapag ang subject ay verb, pag ang subject ay plural, ang verb ay base verb. Walang S, walang ES. Kahit sa mga linking verbs natin, di ba? Are, have, were. Walang S dyan. Right? So, yan din naman. Now again, ang ating verb din naman dito ay disagree. 15 pounds is the price of the jacket. 15 pounds. Meron tayo ditong exact measurement. Kapag ito ay measurement, kapag ito ay tumutukoy sa time, kapag ito ay tumutukoy sa presyo, ang mga ito ay singular subject. Now, 15 pounds is the price of the jacket. Next, 200 kilometers. 200 kilometers, another exact measurement, which is singular. Kapag singular ang ating subject, ang verb natin dito ay may S or ES. Ganun na rin sa mga linking verb niya. Has, was, is. Am. Okay? Now, number 3, balik tayo kay number 3. Ang subject natin dito is singular, kaya ang verb natin ay may S or ES, seems. 4, 1/2 of the students in the class have good marks on the test. Ano ang ating main subject? 1/2 of the students. Saan natin makikita yung keywords? Yung keyword ay nasa tabi ng 1/2 of. 1/2 of the students, plural, kaya verb natin dito ay have. Number 5, several members of staff in the company need a higher salary. Ang ating main subject, several members of staff. Several, all, many, few, as long as one, more than one. Ito ay automatic na plural subject. Kapag plural subject, ang verb natin dito ay base verb, walang S, walang ES, need. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga naka-perfect ng part po na ito. Alright, so we have 2. Dalawa lang ang naka-perfect. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi po, bawi tayo sa next. Again, 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Is our have helps were, is our have helps was, is our have helps was. Ang tamang sagot for number 6, neither the bread nor the cheese is fresh enough to eat. Again, kapag nakakakita tayo ng neither nor, yung nasa pangalawang subject yung ating kukunin na main subject. So, ang main subject natin dito is the cheese, which is singular, kaya ang verb natin dito ay is. Next, 2 chairs by the table in the dining room are broken. So, ilan ang ating subject? Dalawa. 2 chairs. Kaya ito ay plural. Kaya verb natin dito ay are. Next, many politicians in public office have concerns about protecting the details of their private lives. Ang ating main subject, many politicians. Many. Kaya ito ay plural. Kaya verb natin dito, have. Next, either my aunt or my uncle usually helps my parents. Again, kapag nakita natin si either or, yung nasa pangalawang subject yung kukunin natin, basically katabi lang siya ni verb, which is my uncle, singular, verb natin helps. The price of the pair of gloves was 5 euros. Ang ating tinutukoy na subject dito ay the price. The price ang ating main subject, which is singular, kaya verb natin dito ay was. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga naka-perfect ng part po na ito. Okay. 13. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi, bawi tayo sa next. Again, 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Have understands gives works go. Have understands gives works go. Have has understands gives works goes. Alright, so ang tamang sagot din naman po dito. For number 11, both he and his father. Both. From the word both, ito ay plural. Ilan ang ating subject? Dalawa. He and his father. Dalawang ating subject, kaya ito ay plural. Kaya verb natin dito, have. Next, anyone who has had children understands the importance of discipline. Anyone, someone, anybody, singular subject. Kaya verb natin, understands. My neighbor, encouraged by his wife, gives money to those in need. My neighbor, ang ating main subject, encouraged by his wife. This is an example of intervening expression. Hindi natin ito isinasama sa ating main subject. Kaya verb natin dito ay gives. 14, Sean, my colleague and friend, works in an office. So dito, ang ating main subject ay si Sean. Bakit? Si Sean lang. Ilan ba yung ginawa niyang pangtukoy? Dalawa. Colleague and friend. Dalawa yung ginawa niyang pantukoy. Pero ilan ba ang ating subject? Iisa, si Sean. So, ang ating subject ay singular. Kaya verb natin dito ay works. 15. Many go on pilgrimage in the summer. Many. Many ang ating subject, which is plural. At kapag plural ang ating subject, base verb. Pag sinabing base verb, walang S, walang ES. Kaya naman, go on pilgrimage in the summer. Mas maganda man pakinggan, many goes, pero grammatically, error po yan. Okay? Grammatically incorrect. Kaya ang tamang sagot, many go on pilgrimage in the summer. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction po sa mga naka-perfect ng part na ito. Okay, so we have 11. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi po, bawi po tayo sa next. 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Refuse are has are agree. Refuses are has is agree. Refuse are has is agree. All right, so let's check your answers din naman. For number 16, many voters in the country in the north of England refused to vote for the new candidate. Ang ating main subject, many voters. Many voters, plural. Kaya verb, refuse. My father and mother are enjoying their vacation. Ilan ang ating subject? Father, mother. Dalawa, kaya ito ay plural. Kapag plural ang subject, ang verb natin, are. 18, my best friend and confidant who is also my classmate has decided to move away. Sino ang ating main subject? Si classmate. Ilan yung ginawa niyang pangtukoy? Best friend, confidant. Dalawa yung ginawa niyang pangtukoy. Pero ilan lang ba ang ating subject? Iisa, which is si classmate. Classmate, singular, kaya verb natin dito ay has. 19, either he or his assistant is responsible for the payroll. Either or. Kapag either or, yung nasa pangalawang subject yung kukunin, which is his assistant, singular subject, kaya verb natin is. 20, neither the students nor the teachers agree with the proposal. Ang ating main subject, the teachers, which is plural, kaya verb natin, base verb, agree. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction po sa mga naka-perfect ng part po na ito. Okay, so good job din naman po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi po, bawi po tayo sa next. Okay, so we have 17. Sa mga hindi naka-perfect, bawi tayo sa next. Again, 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Okay, were is agree lives is. Were is agree lives is. Were are agrees lives is. All right. So for number 21, the students, along with their teacher, were excited for the field trip. The students, plural ang ating subject, along with their teacher, along with as well as, lahat ng yan mga intervening expression. So hindi natin ito isinasama as part of our main subject. Kaya ang verb natin dito ay were. 22, the basket of apples is on the table. Ang ating main subject dito ay the basket, which is singular. Kaya verb natin is. 23, neither the manager nor the employees agree with the decision. Ang ating main subject, the employees, which is plural. Kaya verb natin, agree. 24, one of my best friend lives in Canada. Kung tatagalugin, isa sa mga best friend ko ay nakatira sa Canada. Kaya ito ay singular. Kaya verb natin ay lives. 25, the news is surprising to everyone. Ang ating main subject, the news, which is singular. Kaya verb natin dito ay is. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction po sa mga naka-perfect ng part po na ito. Okay, so we have 14. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi, bawi tayo sa next. Again, 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Is, has, were, is, belongs. Is, has, was, is, belongs. Is, has, were, is, belong. Okay. Ang tamang sagot for number 26, mathematics is my favorite subject. The committee has made its final decision. Committee, singular subject. 28, a number of people were waiting outside the store. A number of people, Pag ginamit natin a number of, automatic, plural yan. Together with people, plural yan. Kaya ang verb natin, were. 29, either my cousins or my aunt is bringing the gifts. My aunt, ang ating subject, singular, kaya verb natin dito ay is. 30, okay? The book and the pen. Again, the book and the pen belong to me. Ilan ang ating subject? One, two. Kapag more than one ang subject, ito ay plural. Kapag plural ang subject, base verb, belong. Ayan. Okay, pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga naka-perfect ng part po na ito. Okay, so we have 11. 11. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi, bawi tayo sa next. Now, let's proceed din naman po sa acting activity sentence build. Sa part po na ito, kukumpletuhin lang po natin or bubuuin natin itong ating puzzle. I'll be giving you 2 minutes to send your answers and your timer starts now. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Ayan. Dennis drives carefully along the highway. Dennis drive carefully along the highway. Okay. Ayan. So, ang tamang sagot dito, Dennis drives carefully along the highway or Janice carefully drives along the highway. Okay. So, dito din naman, sino ang ating subject? Si Dennis. Ilan si Dennis? Isa. Kaya naman, singular. Again, ulit-ulitin ko po, kapag singular ang subject, may S or ES ang ating verb. Kaya ito ay drives. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction po sa mga nakakuha ng part po na ito. Okay, so you have 11, 12, 13. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi, bawi tayo sa next. Again, 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. The children always obey their parents. The children always obey their parents. The children always obey their parents. Okay, ang tamang sagot, the children always obey their parents. The children, plural. There is no such word as children's. Kasi ang plural ng child ay children. Always, ito ay isang adverb. Kaya ang verb natin dito ay obey. Okay? Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga nakakuha ng part po na ito. Alright, so have 18. Good job po sa mga nakakuha. Sa mga hindi po, bawi tayo sa next. 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. The birds are flying across the sky. The birds are flying across the sky. Okay, so ang tamang sagot, the birds are flying across the sky. Pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga naka-perfect ang part po na ito. Okay, so we have 19. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect. Sa mga hindi, bawi tayo sa next. Okay? Oops. Ayan. Again, 2 minutes. Go po. In 3, 2, 1, let's read your answers. Either the cake or the cookies are stale. Neither the cake or the cookies are stale. Neither the cake or the cookies are stale. Ang tamang sagot dito, everyone, kapag sinasabi natin na either or, tumutukoy po ito sa choices. Kapag naman, neither, ang lagi nitong kasama ay si nor. Okay? At kapag sinabi natin na neither nor, tumutukoy po ito sa negatives. Now, let's check. Either the cake or the cookies are stale. Tamang sagot, either or. Either the cake or the cookies are stale. Kasi ang laging kasama po ni neither ay si nor. Okay? At base dito sa atin din naman pong sentence, tumutukoy po ito sa choices din naman. Now, pa-thumbs up or heart reaction sa mga naka-perfect ng part po na ito. Oh, so we have 10. Good job po sa mga naka-perfect at good job din naman po sa lahat ng nakipag-participate sa atin ngayong gabi. Okay? Now everyone, dyan na nga po nagtatapos ang atin din naman pong day 9. Bukas sa ating day 10, magkakaroon po tayo ng mga practices patungkol din naman po sa lahat ng napag-usapan po natin for this week. Pero bago yan, para po sa mga hindi pa nakapag-fill out ng kanilang attendance, kindly fill out your attendance form na sinend ko rin naman na po sa atin pong chat box. Sa mga wala pa sa atin pong MS Team GC, pasok na po tayo sa atin pong MS Team para po maging updated kayo sa magiging updates po natin for this week. At para po sa mga hindi po join ng ating klase kahapon, uploaded na po sa atin pong class recording link C, Day 6, 7, 8. Pwede nyo na po itong ma-access, ma-download at mapanood kapag may free time po tayo. Now, para po sa may mga remaining balance pa, you may start sending your payment now sa atin din naman pong GCash number na nasa screen, 0997-108-8418 kay Norlene A. Kapag send na po tayo ng atin pong payment, huwag niyo pong kalimutan na mag-screenshot ng transaction at isend po natin ito sa atin din naman pong email or sa atin pong Facebook page or sa atin pong MS Team GC. Okay? Ayan. So everyone, thank you so much for your participation for today. See you again tomorrow for day 10. Same time, same link. Wala po sanang mawawala. If you have any concerns, questions, or clarifications, you can message me din naman po sa ating MS Team GC. Again, thank you everyone. Have a blessed Thursday to all of us. See you again tomorrow and goodbye po.